There we go.
Here we go. We're live. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Hello, everybody. Good morning. So we are here. I have news. First of all, I have really good news. I'm going to start off with really, really great news. And that is that I am a grandma, you guys. Can you even stand it? To a healthy, beautiful baby boy. Henry Daniel is his name. Very excited about that. That happened on the 15th, which was, I'm losing track of days. That was Friday. It happened Friday at 3-ish in the afternoon. And mama is fine. They ended up having to do a C-section because he did not want to come out at all. He didn't want to come out. And so that happened. I do not have pictures yet because she is very weird about social media. Our oldest child, she is not into the social media. So I am coaxing her and like begging her to let me share a picture, which I think I'm almost there. I'm like this close. And so I'll be able to probably share a picture sometime this week. She's going to make it just perfect. So I can,
he's got to be like in the perfect outfit,
the perfect bundle and like the colors and all the, so I'll be able to do that this week. I'll be able to do that hopefully, but Henry Daniel is his name and he's perfect and just gorgeous. Thank God. So there's that. And then also this weekend, I think y'all have seen, so many of you guys were just so wonderful this weekend. And so just giving me all the strength this weekend because we lost our sweet Cash. You guys know on Friday that he was not feeling well. He wasn't feeling well on Thursday. And then on Friday morning, well, Thursday night, he had his first seizure. Friday morning, he had a second seizure. We took him to Texas A&M on Friday. We drove him. It's like an hour and a half drive for us to get to Texas A&M. I followed my husband there. We went to see the doctors there, and then they diagnosed him. We were there for like 10 hours on Friday. They diagnosed him with lymphoma and had spread all over his body and into his brain. And so they were like, there's nothing we can do. They said, we can keep him here. And we were like, that's not how we do things. And so can we just take him home? And so, yes, we'll take him home. And, they gave us a bunch of really hardcore drugs like prednisone and some anti-seizure stuff. And the prednisone, we probably could have just kept pumping him full of prednisone for like a couple weeks if we wanted to do that. But we decided not to do that because the prednisone changed his personality. It kept him like up. He was very manic on it, kind of aggressive. But we decided just not him. He was not himself. And so we decided we were just going to put him down yesterday. So that's what we did. Just very, very emotional. I'm going to try very hard not to cry during this podcast.
She's already got me going this morning.
I'm going to do my best. I'm pretty good about that. But, so we put him down yesterday and it was just the three of us here in our home. And then we're going to have him cremated this week, and I'm going to spread his ashes right outside of my office window, like in the pasture. So you guys can have his aura here.
And look at Astrid, you guys. I got to widen the screen because look at her.
Astrid came in. She's like, I am going to take my place on the throne. And
look at her. She perked up with that wonky ear and she's like, I got you guys. I got you.
I got my peeps here. So maybe she'll start flapping. We're going to try to get her to flap. Now, something that, one thing a lot of people are asking, how can I help? People have, oh my God, you guys, it's like our community is just ridiculous. It's overwhelmingly awesome. So many people have written and said, hey, I've made contributions to the Canine Cancer Foundation, just different organization stuff, which is unbelievably sweet, kind, wonderful, all the things. And I've gotten so many emails and texts and messages and just everything. People have just been awesome. You guys have given me so much strength this weekend because it has been a sucky weekend. I've never seen my husband cry more consecutively than I have this weekend. And he's not a crier. Let's just put it that way. So it's just been a tough weekend on all of us. And you guys have given us so much strength. So I cannot thank you enough. I cannot express to you how thankful I am. But if you want to do anything for me, just support our sponsors. Like that would be the one thing that I'd say, do that, because things have been kind of crappy economically, like all around for all of us. I mean, don't you think, Mary? I think that would probably be a good way to support us, because that's like our community. Like one thing, I was going to show you two things that I dug up out of this weekend it's not really that I dug them up, but I brought them out. One thing I'm going to do, I'll show you this one thing. There's a guy named Taylor Burkham. He's part of our community, and he did this back in January of 2022. You guys, I don't know if you remember, see this sweet portrait of Cash. I'm going to hang it up. See where my cross is? I'm going to move my cross up and hang this up. And so you guys can see Cash every day on my wall. But that portrait, I mean, can you even? So that's one thing. And then back in February, I know I see you guys. Back in February of 2022, there's a woman named Carolyn, and her last name, I think it's Kitsky. She made me a Cash doll. Can you see this? I mean, it's so like great. People in our community. I have kept this in the box because I've been so afraid that Cash would actually eat it.
He'd be like, that's me.
Right. And so, but this doll is extraordinary. Like, I just cannot believe the workmanship and the markings are dead on. I mean, it's unbelievable. So I took it out and I was showing it to Gwen again, my daughter. And she was like, Mom, I'm going to take that to college with me. Like, that is unbelievable. So I took that out and we were reminiscing about all the stuff yesterday about him and things we're going to miss. And but it made me think this community is so unbelievable. And like, that's the, I don't think I would have gotten through this as well as I did if I didn't have you guys. And that's how extraordinary this community is. So, I can't express to you how important you guys are to me, to us. And, there's nothing like this community. Nobody else is like us.
It's true. It's true. I mean, and I've experienced that too when we've had issues with Thomas or when I've had health issues, or you know what I mean? It's everybody pulls together in this beautiful way. And I just don't know of another. I don't know who else has that. Nope. You know what I mean? I just feel like that's very unique for us and for all of us. When I say us, I mean the whole collective us, that it just really is. Right. It's like no other.
Absolutely like no other. So thank you guys. I love you guys. I mean, I appreciate all that you've done this weekend and all that you do all the time for us, all the time. Yeah. So thank you again. And I appreciate the prayers, and I felt them and my family felt them. So thank you. Yeah.
Yes. And thank you to Shelly. Shelly says, love you, Amy Jo. Brenda Wilson says, welcome, baby Henry. Thank you guys so much for those super stickers. Appreciate that. But what Amy Jo said is right about the best way to support is support the sponsors. That is why we have a show. Right. And when the world is struggling as it is, and we know it's hard to spend money on anything. But if there's money that you feel like spending, please spend it there. Please spend it with our sponsors, because they're the reason that we have a show. And we need them to continue to be the reason that we have a show. So appreciate that. Where is she?
She's right here. Can you see? Like, right there. She's right there.
She knows that she's queen dog right now.
She's queen now, right? She has accepted her place on the throne.
And actually, that is a good segue to tell you about one of those very sponsors. I'm trying to find the little doodad thing to show you on the screen. Yes, here it is. So I'm going to show you. Actually, I'm going to share my screen because I wanted you guys to see. I know we showed it when we were in Nashville together. We did like a little video about this particular Patriot Power sidekick, but I wanted you to see what it looks like. So this little guy right here is a mini solar generator. And so this is something that's great for emergencies, obviously, but it's also great for non-emergencies like boat trips or camping trips, or anytime you need an extra source of power, an emergency backup source of power. This is awesome because it never needs gas ever. It's not like a generator that needs gas. It uses the sun, and it even comes with that solar panel that you see there in the background. It has 9 power outlets, so you can charge your phone, your computer, any kind of medicine type of contraption that you might have that needs to be plugged in. So it's fantastic for all of those things, not just for an emergency backup, but for like the fun stuff that you do as well. And when you get something, anything really, from the number 4, patriots.com, you're also going to get their famous guarantee for an entire year after your order, free shipping on anything over $97, and a portion, by the way, of every single sale is donated to charities who support veterans and their families. That's also very, very important to us. So right now, if you go to the number 4, patriots.com, use code CHICKS, you're going to get 10% off of anything in the store, including this Patriot Power Sidekick. And so just go to 4patriots.com, use code CHICKS to get that 10% off. 4patriots.com, code CHICKS, the number 4, patriots.com. Isn't that cool?
Right. It
It's
is
a
very,
cool
very
little
cool.
thingamajiggy.
It is. All right, we're going to do news. I made it through that. Isn't that great?
Look at you go.
I know I did it. I did it, you guys. Okay.
And Brenda Wilson, thank you again. Angel Flaps, she says, C. Douglas, what will your grandma name be?
I don't know. I was thinking either Glamma or Mimi.
Love it.
You know what, though? That kid's going to call me whatever he wants to call me. And I will be happy with that. I'm just going to spoil the crap out of him.
That is awesome. Okay, we do have a couple of stories to get to before we get to like video stuff. So did you guys see the whole hullabaloo about Kristi Noem and Corey Lewandowski?
I mean, what? If this is true, what is she doing? What is she doing?
Know.
Have you seen her husband? He's kind of hot.
Yeah, this would be a major downgrade on Kristi Noem's part. Major upgrade for Corey, but major downgrade for Kristi Noem. We don't know, this is if you haven't heard the news, Daily Mail put out this giant expose, and apparently, according to this expose, Kristi Noem and Corey Lewandowski have been an item having an affair for like 2 years. And this is allegedly, it's been well known in their immediate circles to the point where there's a lot of eyewitnesses who have seen them canoodling, as the Daily Mail would put it, in hotel bars and lounges. They've not been particularly careful about hiding their relationship, I guess. And so there's also rumors that her husband moved out of their home like 2 years ago, which is,
oh my gosh.
I don't think that's true though, because like I see pictures of the two of them on Instagram from just, 3 months ago that they seem fine. I don't know what to believe, but we had to tell you that this was a story that's been out there. Neither Corey nor Kristi have directly confirmed or denied this report. Her campaign team did say to the Daily Mail, of course, you would choose right now to attack Kristi Noem right after she kind of is being considered for Trump's running mate. So the timing is very suspicious, and I agree with that. But they're not actually denying anything either. So that's happening.
Yeah, it is suspicious timing.
It is. But it also is odd that they wouldn't just say, this is a bunch of BS. And
right,
I
hear
believe
you.
you're even doing this. You know what I mean?
I don't understand that. Why? If it is true, then why? Why him?
Why?
Why?
Right.
Don't get it.
Yeah. I don't know. But that is a news story. In other celebrity news, Hugh Jackman and his wife, Deborah, divorcing or splitting after 27 years.
That's a long time.
That's a long time. And they were like the couple that was, they were known for having this age difference where she was much older she is much older than he is. And everybody was like, that shouldn't work. And yet it did. And so they were like held up as this example of, look, it can work when it's an older woman and a younger man. And now it is no longer an example of that because they are not staying together.
I wonder if he's gay.
That's the thing.
Anybody wonder if he's gay? I mean, you've seen some of the things that he's worn. He wears a lot of leopard print. I'm just putting it out there.
Does he do that like just in life, or is it for roles?
I think it may be in life. I don't know. I mean, I just wonder about dudes who wear a lot of leopard print. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, if my husband started wearing a lot of leopard print, I'd be like, we need to talk. We need to sit down and have a talk about your choice of wardrobe. And then your choice of who you love,
Yeah. But like, I don't know. 27 years. It's just like, how do you?
I know.
You're going to give up after that long?
Right. Just stick it out. Just stick it out at that point.
Right. That's like, remember how when Captain and Tennille got divorced and I was so upset?
Devastated by that.
And I was just like, you guys, you're like 80. Like, this is no time to start a new life. This is when you stick it out.
Love didn't keep them together, you guys. It didn't.
It did not keep them together. So anyway, those are some of your celebrity breakup and celebrity canoodling stories for this morning. Another interesting non-related note, and that is that the Senate, and this was according to Chuck Schumer himself, the Senate has decided to give up their dress code for senators. And so this is known as the Fetterman rule. And Chuck Schumer has decided Fetterman can't be expected to look like a normal human. And so we're going to accommodate him by just getting rid of any dress code for sitting senators. They can wear whatever they want. However, their staff, they got to still dress up to the nines, suits and ties and the dresses and all of that. It's only senators that can wear whatever they want.
That is such bullcrap.
Right?
That is absolute bullcrap.
I know.
I cannot. Ted Cruz is going to walk in there with like a bikini or something. He said, like, seriously, just to make a point. You know, seriously, like they all got this, and then the staff has to still dress up. Like that is so demeaning.
Yeah,
it's like, so you're better than everybody else. That's bull crap.
I know. It's unbelievable, but that is what Schumer decided because Fetterman, they can't control Fetterman apparently. And Fetterman is just going to look like a complete slob wherever he goes. And now they're accommodating it.
Yeah. Christine is right. He needs to walk in a Speedo. I don't want to see that. You know, I don't want to actually see that. I mean,
actually, according to rumors.
Okay, we have heard rumors.
Rumors about Ted Cruz.
Ladies, maybe we want to actually see that.
Just to confirm the rumors, not because I have like
not really we want to see it, but we do want to. Yes, we have heard rumors. I forgot about the rumors, but we have.
We've heard rumors.
Yeah, we want to see Ted Cruz in a Speedo
and Senator Kennedy. Somebody just said Senator Kennedy.
Oh my God!
I definitely don't want to see that at all.
Just to prove the point,
right. Or they should start wearing those giant prosthetics like that one teacher, that shop teacher in Canada.
Just walk in and just make a spectacle of this. This is ridiculous. Chuck Schumer, what an idiot.
I know. It's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. All right, let's get to some videos. We're going to kick it off with Trump, who did a sit-down interview with, what's her face? Her last name is Welker, I think, from NBC. She's the new Meet the Press chick that took over for Chuck Todd.
Okay, all right.
I think her last name is Welker. And so I have 5 different clippity clips to show you from that interview. Some clips he did very, very well. And then a couple that you'll see at the end, not so well for various reasons. But we're kicking it off with just sort of a general clip of him responding to a question about the age thing. Like, you know, because he's obviously getting up there as well. People criticize Joe Biden all the time about age. Here is Trump's reaction to that issue.
What do you make of the age issue? Should there be an age limit to running for president?
No, but there should be a competency. I'm all for the test. You know, I took a test 3 years ago. And as the doctors said, and it was in front of doctors and a whole big deal at Walter Reed, which is an incredible place, and I aced it. I got everything right. I'm all for testing. I frankly think testing would be a good thing. A lot of people say it's not constitutional to do it, but I would be for testing to make sure everyone's just fine. But a lot of people say that can't happen because of Constitution.
What do you say to people who say it is time for a new generation of leaders?
Well, it's always time for a new generation. But, you know, some of the greatest world leaders have been in their 80s. I'm not anywhere very near 80, by the way. But and Biden's not too old. I don't think Biden's too old, but I think he's incompetent. And that's a bigger problem. I don't think 80 is old. I know people that are in 89. I know a person 94, 95 who's 100%. Bernie Marcus. Take a look at Bernie Marcus, Home Depot. I mean, he has been amazing for so many years. He's 95 years old. It's really a level of competency, not the age.
You will be in your 80s if you're reelected. Does that concern you at all?
Well, I will be toward the end. No, because my father lived much longer than that. My mother lived much longer than that. So genetically, that's a good thing.
He's got good genes.
He does have good genes. I mean, he is, from a cognitive perspective, the guy he's fine. I mean, he's totally fine. I do believe him on that. And I love how he's so positive. Like, he's just like, no, I'm not anywhere close to 80. I mean, you are. You are, but
I think you're just 2 years away, right? Like,
I mean, but listen, there are some people, I know some old people who are like, they have given up. You know, I do, seriously.
Yeah.
There are some old people in my life that I know who are close to 80, and they're just like, well, I mean, it's time to just hang it up. He's not that way.
No,
he's just like, I got
not.
plenty of life left to live, and I want to do the things, and like and so I give him a lot of props for that. That's a mindset. And I think I hope I have that mindset when I'm that age.
Well,
I
and
really
it's
do.
so interesting that you say that, because she also asked him about, I mean, imagine he's under indictment, like in 4 different cases, 91 something counts. And so she asks a very reasonable question, which is, how do you like grapple with that when you're going to sleep at night? Are you worried about going to jail? And so you just mentioned how, he's got this really super different attitude. He recognizes that too. And in fact, I think he may even use the words that he's built different. And he's right. Listen to this.
I just want to hear from you on this. I want to know what's in your head. When you go to bed at night, do you worry about going to jail?
No, I don't, really. I don't even think about it. I'm built a little differently, I guess, because I have had people come up to me and say, how do you do it, sir? How do you do it? I don't even think about it. These are corrupt people that I'm dealing with. They're destroying our country. I don't even think about it. All I think about is making the country great, making America great. Look, these are these are Banana Republic indictments. These are third world indictments. The President of the United States sees how we're doing. We have a movement, the likes of which has never happened in this country before. And you see it with the polls. I mean, I'm up on these people by 60 points and 59 points. I don't mean I'm at 59. I'm leading them by 59. You almost say, like, why are they campaigning? Asa Hutchinson, he's at 0. Christie's at 2. Other ones are at 1. DeSanctimonious is at 9. I just see a poll coming. I mean, I'm leading him by 60 points.
Mr. President.
And you say, why are they doing it? But here's what they did. They saw this happening. And he went to the Attorney General of the United States, and he told them, indict Trump.
There's just no evidence of that, Mr.
Why?
President.
Because you mean
but let's stay on track.
Look at all the lies he's told.
Mr. President, I want to talk
Kristen,
about
wait a minute. Wait. Could I say one thing?
That's how the whole interview went, by the way.
He should have been like, when I go to bed at night, I go and I sleep next to Melania, who is a model. Who does Joe Biden sleep next to? Bada bing.
Well, and also Joe Biden sleeps with a CPAP machine.
Oh,
remember? Because
that's right.
Yeah. So he is built different.
Yes, totally.
And when he was asked about, Putin made some recent comments about, the world is watching, like how Trump is being indicted by the Biden DOJ, and it looks really, really bad. And so Putin commented on that. And so she asked Trump to respond to those comments. And I thought Trump did a great job with this answer.
I want to ask you about something President Putin said about you this week. I don't know if you've seen it. This was very recent. President Putin said, quote, "We surely hear that Mr. Trump says he will resolve all burning issues within several days, including the Ukrainian crisis. We cannot help but feel happy about it." What do you make of that? Do you welcome this support?
I like that he said that, because that means what I'm saying is right. I would get him into a room, I'd get Zelensky into a room, then I'd bring them together, and I'd have a deal worked out. I would get a deal worked out. It would have been a lot easier before it started. Essentially, for 4 years, I kept them from doing anything. Because, you know what, I will tell you this, I've never said this. Ukraine was the apple of his eye. I said, don't ever do it, don't ever do it. He would have never done it. But again, oil prices. He wouldn't have done it because of me, but oil prices. The prices were so high that he had so much money. So he had all this money to prosecute the war. The one who drove up the prices was Biden.
Yeah, he's not wrong about that.
He's absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah. I mean, Now, I don't know if he'd be able to work out a deal in 24 hours, but he's right that had he still been president, I don't think this war would have ever happened.
Yeah. When we pulled that video, it's interesting when you see the title of the video, it's like the way that they spin it is like, it's a bad thing that, you know, he's just like, I'm okay with, basically like they're making it look like he's having a good relationship with Putin in some way. And so when I looked at that video that we pulled, I was just like, God, these people are idiots. You know, it's not like he wants to be BFFs with Putin. It's that he would have made it so he negotiated. He was on, you know, at least terms enough to be able to negotiate with these people. So we wouldn't be in a position to spend hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on a war that didn't need to be fought.
Right.
You know, and so that's a good thing. Why can't we see that that's a good thing?
And he addressed that. So I don't have the clip, but he addressed the fact that, you know, just because I say I get along with Putin doesn't mean I haven't been the toughest president yet on Russia. Exactly. I mean, those things can happen at the same time. And he's right about that.
Yeah. And Cruella de Vil, you're right. It's diplomacy. That's exactly what it is. That is diplomacy. It's not kissing somebody's butt. There's something to be said for that. Why can't people see that?
I don't know. Now, I don't know if this clip is going to get him into hot water. This is when she asked him about like the last election and the whole, you know, his being convinced that it was rigged. She presses on this because he starts talking, and I don't know why, but he starts talking about the fact that he needed just 20,000 votes across the board in order to win. And she catches it, right? And she immediately starts pushing to say, wait, are you saying that you acknowledge that you didn't win and that you needed 20,000 more votes to win? And then you can kind of see on his face, subtle, but you can kind of see him recognize that he messed up. Like he shouldn't have said that. And then he does the Trump thing where he quickly tries to switch gears a little bit. But I don't know. It's not a good clip out of all the clips that we've shown. This is definitely not a good one. And I don't know if this will impact like his whole case. I have no idea. You guys judge for yourself.
I have a lot of when you say you needed 1/10 of a point. You
needed 1/10 of a point. I needed a very small. I think somebody said 22,000 votes.
To win?
Yeah. If you divide it among the states, it was 22,000 votes, something to that effect. Yeah.
To win the election?
Yeah, if I would have had another 22,000 votes over the whole. But look, they rigged the election. If you look at Pennsylvania,
but Mr. President, you're saying you needed more votes to win the election. Are you acknowledging you didn't win?
If you look at all of the statistics, all of the votes, they say 22,000 votes, over millions and millions of votes, 22,000 votes. So when they do Twitter files, or when they have 51 intelligence agents come out and lie that the laptop from hell was Russia disinformation, and now they find out it's not. But they knew that at the time. They cheated on the election in that way, too.
I just want to be clear, though. Are you saying you needed those votes in order to win? Are you acknowledging you didn't win?
I'm not acknowledging. No, I say I won the election.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea what to say to that.
Don't know what to make of that.
But I don't. But this is the thing. I don't know if will they use that. I mean, I have no idea.
They can use anything. I mean, like anything that he says ever is admissible. You know what I mean? Like he's putting himself out there and credit goes to him for doing it. Like he will talk to anybody, unlike Biden, who hides like crazy. He will talk to anybody, even though he went into that interview knowing that they would be how they are. You know what I mean? But I just don't know that helped him. And I know for certain that the clip with the question about abortion has not gone over well. So he is getting a lot of backlash over his attitude about abortion, because when he's asked where he stands on it, he says he implies that he wants people to like him. So he wants to make decisions about abortion to make sure that people like him. And he's also trashing DeSantis for kind of having the stones to call a limit and say, if there's a heartbeat, abortion's not allowed here in Florida. Pro-life people love that, right? They love that DeSantis really took a hard line on that. Trump is criticizing him and in turn getting criticized by the pro-life movement. Here he is on that.
Mr. President, I want to give voters who are going to be weighing in on this election a very clear sense of where you stand on
I think they're all going to like me. I think both sides are going to like me.
What's going to have to happen is you're going to have to
this question. Kristen, you're asking me a question. What's going to happen is you're going to come up with a number of weeks or months. You're going to come up with a number that's going to make people happy, because 92% of the Democrats don't want to see abortion after a certain period of time.
If a federal ban landed on your desk, if you were reelected, would you sign it at 15
Are you talking about a complete ban?
A ban at 15 weeks?
Well, people are starting to think of 15 weeks. That seems to be a number that people are talking about right now.
Would you sign that?
I would sit down with both sides and I'd negotiate something, and we'll end up with peace on that issue for the first time in 52 years. I'm not going to say I would or I wouldn't. I mean, DeSantis is willing to sign a 5-week and 6-week ban.
Would you support that? You think that goes
I think what he did is a terrible thing and a terrible mistake.
Okay, so his thing is he's not going to say what I'm going to do. He's going to sit down and talk to the people on both sides and negotiate. He's a negotiator.
I don't know how you do that, or how he thinks that he can do anything different to bring the sides, the extremes of both sides together on this issue.
But
that's been the whole problem.
But he feels like he can because he's Mr. Businessman. I mean,
but he also refuses to say what his line is. Like, where do you?
He probably doesn't.
People are talking about 15 weeks.
He probably doesn't have one. I would imagine there are a lot of like politicians out there who just do not have one. There are a lot of men out there who don't have one. You know, there are a lot of people out there who don't have one.
How? Like, how is that? I mean, okay, it's fine if you don't have a specific, like, here's where I think life begins or whatever. But if somebody just throws out 20 weeks at you, I gotta believe that most people have a strong reaction to that, to potentially offing a 5-month-old baby.
But there are some people who just, you throw numbers at them when it comes to that, and they just don't. They don't, Mock, because I mean, I think that's just what throws people off. They get freaked out by a number. I mean, we've talked about that before on this show. They don't want to say that. They don't want to say a number. And I think it's probably easier for him to just say, I'd rather have 2 people, because that's what he knows. He knows negotiation. He knows that. He's good at that. Yeah. And so he's like, I'd rather get those people in a room and then I can negotiate.
But who are those people? Like, who even are those people?
Pro-life, pro-choice, right? I guess I don't know who the actual human beings are, but
that's what I mean.
Yeah, but he feels like he can get like people, I don't know, maybe like Lila, who's it? Lila, what's her name? Rose, and like somebody else in a room and talk about like what we can do to negotiate terms. Because that's what he knows. And, that's maybe he feels like that's the right thing to do because, he's a businessman.
That he's getting a lot of flack, and I don't not understand it. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the pro-life view, which is to say, what the hell? We thought you were a pro-life president and now you're just being all like flippy floppy. And then the opposite side is probably like, where do you actually stand? Do you have a stance? And so,
listen,
anyway,
I'm pro-life too, but I also know that there are a lot of pro-choice Republicans, as weird as that sounds.
For sure.
And so I think he's trying to appease both sides, which from a political standpoint, I suppose I can try to understand what he's trying to do. And I think that's what he's trying to do.
That is what he's trying to do. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Paula. Thank you very much. Autumn, thank you. She said, just ordered all the steaks from Omaha in honor of Cash. Love you.
Oh my God. You guys, I thank you. That is so sweet. And you guys this weekend. So he didn't want to eat his food. And so we fed him. I swear we fed him probably 12 Omaha steaks, hot dogs. And he got like 4 or 5 fillets. And then right when they, and I'll get emotional when I talk about this. I'll try not to. But right when the doctor came to our house and she put him down, she brought Little Debbie chocolate cakes. And he got like 5 of those chocolate. We always, do the chocolate thing.
Yeah.
And you just gobbled those right up. So Omaha steaks, that's what he ate all weekend.
So sweet. Thank you, Autumn. Janet Moore says, I support Rough Greens and Jen Usel and you gals. Much love.
You guys.
Laura Kate Baker, thank you so much. Thank you to all of you. That is what we're talking about. Supporting our sponsors.
Thank you guys.
Absolutely
so
best thing that you can do. All right. Before I forget, while we're talking about sponsors, our friend Zach at Bulwark Capital is having a very, very special seminar. So I wanted to tell you guys about it. So if you are retired or you're nearing retirement, and you're concerned about whether or not your portfolio is prepared or positioned for a successful retirement, risk management is the key. And that is one of the things that Zach Abraham is the best at. And so they are doing a free webinar. It's a live webinar happening, mark your calendars, Thursday, September 28th at 3:00 Pacific. So that's noon Eastern time. They're doing a free live webinar Thursday, September 28th at 3 Pacific. So here's what he's going to explain. I'm going to tell you the bullets. He's going to explain how the core of Bulwark Capital's investment and retirement planning process is protecting retirement portfolios against loss. And it is a completely transparent look into how Bulwark actually works, how they do their investment strategy. And you will also be able to see their performance and learn how their risk management strategy and active management of portfolios can help protect you and your retirement. So you can attend for free, again, Thursday, September 28th at 3 Pacific. So you can sign up by going to knowyourriskradio.com. There is limited space, and it does typically fill up fast because he's got a very large audience. So go to knowyourriskradio.com today, knowyourriskradio.com. Investment advisory services are offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Make sure to attend. Take advantage, you guys. It's free information. There's no obligation once you attend. It's not like they're going to make you sign your life away. They just want to educate you. knowyourriskradio.com. All right. I regret to inform you that I have a clip of Jessica Tarlov to share.
Everybody brace yourselves.
Brace yourselves, because she was being asked about just the not so great, kind of bad, awful, terrible week that Joe Biden had, what with the UAW union strike, with the Hunter indictments, with all of that. He's not had a particularly good week. So she was asked to respond to the fact that he hasn't had a good week. And here's what she said.
So I'm not denying this was not a banner week for the Biden presidency. I would note, though, that Peter Doocy, our own Peter Doocy, was on air talking about how he was working on this trip into the wee hours of the morning and contradicting this idea that he needed a nap. But any week that your son gets indicted and you have those kind of poll numbers and seemingly friendly media is turning on you is not going to be one for the books. But he still doesn't have 4 indictments and 91 felony counts against him. So that's a bonus.
Oh my God, she is such a hag.
She's just the worst,
just
right?
A hag of epic proportions. I cannot believe she has a daughter, doesn't she?
Does she?
I think so. And I weep for her.
Oh, that's so awful, because that girl is going to grow up with vocal fry.
She's going to be like automatically at age 4. She'll be like, can I have some juice? Just cannot.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Poor child.
Also, speaking of the Hunter indictments, excuse me, there is a statute of limitations issue when it comes to the to the potential tax fraud charges, right? Like, we've heard about this for a long time. The CIA, whoever has been investigating this, the FBI, CIA, whoever, they have absolutely sat on their hands for so long about it, investigating it for 5 years. Give me a freaking break. It's obvious to anybody with eyeballs that his taxes are freaking whack.
Yeah.
And so within a month, some of the statute of limitations is going to expire, and we will no longer be able to see charges against Hunter for some of this stuff. I know. It's infuriating. Here is a news panel to explain.
Tom Winter is joining us now. So you and I have talked a lot about this investigation, about the sort of different pieces of it as well. You look at the years that he mentioned with regards to some of those tax filings. They go back like a decade, as far back as 2014. Talk now about the potential, as we said, for this next shoe to drop, because there is a time crunch that might be coming up here.
Right, and it's that time crunch, Hallie, that has us so intently watching and focusing on this case. You know, you mentioned 2014. I remember when we first published an email where Hunter Biden's business associate talks about tax obligations in that year. But that ship has sailed. Right now, that year is gone, 2015, 2016. And really, it's the years that were referenced in Hunter Biden's plea agreement that are probably going to be most relevant here from a statute of limitations standpoint. And there's some belief that the year that is probably most in focus, 2017, as well as follow-on years from that, that the statute of limitations is actually going to expire or believed to expire exactly a month from today. So it's one of the reasons why we're so closely watching this and waiting to see exactly what or if the special counsel's office will do, Hallie.
Tom?
I don't understand this.
I don't
because
either.
I don't understand this whole statute of limitations thing. I just don't. Because if I didn't pay my taxes 12 years ago, they sure as hell would come after me.
Yeah.
The IRS would be coming after me with guns blazing. Probably with actual guns blazing. I mean, they want their money.
Mm-hmm.
So why is it that he gets a pass? I don't understand.
It makes no sense.
Yeah, I need somebody to explain this to me. He's getting a pass because of who he is, right? I mean,
his whole life, anything that he's ever obtained or gotten in his life,
pass.
Yeah, everything.
It's like, when is he going to have to face the music? It's going to be never, right? It's going to be never because his last name is Biden. I'm so pissed off about this because
I know.
I mean, normal everyday people, all of us right here, right now, will never get this kind of treatment. Because if I sneeze wrong, I get in trouble, right? I mean, it's like, it's just so unfair. And everybody knows how unfair this is. I mean, this guy is a complete crackhead loser who's probably never paid taxes, you know? And it's like, my God, we get completely like bent over every year for taxes.
Yeah.
And if I just miss like $2 on my tax return, I will get put in jail.
Yeah.
Like that. It's just not right. It's
not right. And then when any Democrat tries to suggest that this is evidence, like these ridiculous gun charge indictments are evidence that it's not a two-tiered justice system, give me a break.
Just suck a bowl. I can't.
Oh my God.
I cannot with these people.
I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
The statute of limitations, though. Here are both of my middle fingers. I just.
Well, hold them up high because you're about to hear from Adam Schiff next, who is just like so just frazzled and annoyed at how Hunter is being indicted for everything and how this is all leading to an impeachment inquiry because everything that they did, you guys, was based on actual evidence. That's his actual point. Here he is.
Drunk.
Well, I mean, it is such a contrast from the methodical way we went about gathering the evidence in the first impeachment and the seriousness with which we took the responsibility of finding high crimes and misdemeanors to what we see today, which is essentially an evidence-free impeachment proceeding of some kind.
Does he believe this shit? Does he actually believe what he's saying out loud? He believes it.
It's incredible.
I cannot believe this guy gets a salary from the American taxpayer. I cannot.
I just want it one time for whoever was interviewing Adam Schiff right there, or whoever does an interview with one of these other Democrats spouting the same nonsense. Just once, I would love to hear a reporter say, what do you think Hunter meant in that text message where he said 50% goes to the big guy? If there's no evidence, what do you think that meant?
Yeah, well, it's never going to happen because he's never going to go on Fox or OAN or Newsmax. It's never going to happen. He only goes on MSNBC and CNN, Mock.
God,
so, I mean, just don't
freaking ridiculous.
Do not hold your breath. Is his face? Does it make his face? It's just, I can't. I don't condone violence on the show. We do not condone violence, but his face, you guys.
Fist form. It's like not. It's not even a controllable thing. It
just makes me very ragey.
I mean, I get it because
we have some. Do we have people? We have a lot of people to thank.
We have a lot of people to thank. We do indeed. Alexandra says Cash's flaps will forever be in our hearts. We love you, Daisy and Mock. Lori McCoy, love to Amy, Joe, and family. Karen Cirincione, I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you very much. Stuart the Brit says condolences, Daisy and family, as tribute. I will be flapping at the end of the show with copious spit.
Thank you.
And Mad Cow Mark says, R.I.P. Cash. You brought joy to thousands of people's lives. Condolences to Amy Jo and family.
Thank you guys so much. I feel all that. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
sweet. Okay, I think I'm going to skip around for a second and get to just some sort of frivolous, more insignificant stuff. We talked a lot about Lauren Boebert last week and her display, for lack of a better word, at Beetlejuice the musical the past Sunday. And
yes.
It was not a good display. You guys, if you missed out on that, there was video of her getting groped by her boyfriend and like vaping into other people's heads, and also just being just a complete trash mobile, honestly, right. Throughout the performance, to the point where she got kicked out and then like gave the finger to people and was just not, it was not a becoming look for her. And so finally, she has released a giant apology. I will just read a little bit of it for those who are listening and not watching. She basically says she's truly sorry for the unwanted attention that her Sunday evening in Denver brought to the community. She says she didn't mean anything by it. She wasn't trying to be mean or cause harm, but she knows that she did and she regrets it. She says there's no perfect blueprint for going through a public and difficult divorce, which over the past few months has made for a challenging personal time for me and my family. I've tried to handle it with strength and grace, but I fell short of my values. That is unacceptable, and I'm sorry. She cops to the vaping. She says she doesn't remember it, but she does now that she's seen herself on video doing it. She does admit it. She talks about wanting to earn the trust back of people, and she's thankful to those that have defended her. So I think that was all she could do, really, is apologize.
Yeah, I guess. How can you not remember vaping?
I just think that's a bunch of bullshit.
Listen, I know there's no perfect blueprint for going through a difficult divorce, but like some of us have been through difficult divorces, and you just go with your friends, get drunk at a bar, and then go throw up at somebody's house. You do it in private, all right? Like the rest of us. That's what you do. You do it in private.
Yeah.
With your girlfriend. Okay. You go out with your girlfriend, you do it without, you don't, but if you are a congressperson, people are going to be watching you.
Right.
Listen, people are going to be filming you. They're going to be watching you. You're the only person in that theater that's acting like that. Yeah. And I bet you, I guarantee you, there's somebody else in that theater that's probably also going through a difficult divorce. And they're not.
I'm sure that's true. Yes.
They're not acting like that.
There may not be a blueprint, but I can assure you that most people just with common sense recognize that this is not a way to behave out in the world. You're not 14. Like, right. Grow up, You're
36. You're 36. Yeah. And you're a grandma.
Yeah. And the craziest thing is to watch a lot of conservatives on Twitter trying to defend this. And I'm like, but why? Why not just own when our side does dumb shit? It's fine to own it. It makes us look like hypocrites if we don't.
Totally.
Now, the one thing I will say is that people do have a point when they say, wow, that is some amazing surveillance footage compared to Epstein's jail cell
and the White House,
compared to the White House cocaine scandal. Like, how do we have this much footage of Lauren Boebert and we can't see any of that? Totally. That is a great point.
Yep. Oh, it's a fantastic point. Yeah, I put that on our Instagram page yesterday. Yeah. It's a fantastic point. They have so much footage of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's everywhere. But yeah,
it doesn't excuse her. It's just what the hell,
right? Yeah, it's interesting in that we have no idea. Gee, I wonder, like all of a sudden the cameras don't work in the White House when we're trying to find coke.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is a little. I get that. I get that criticism for sure.
No, totally, absolutely. It's like it's a two-pronged thing, right? But it's just. Can we just have a little more
decorum?
Right.
Yeah.
Just a little.
The reason for my name today, Sarah Maccabee Sanders, is because I had no idea that Sarah Sanders had gone through cancer. But she tweeted this weekend. She said, last September, I was diagnosed with thyroid cancer, and exactly 1 year ago today, I underwent surgery to have my thyroid and several dozen lymph nodes removed. Thanks to God and amazing doctors, I'm still here, cancer-free. And this picture that you see on the screen, she took just before her surgery, and she says she has a scar that runs the length of her neck. Wow. And it's a daily reminder that no matter what battles we're facing, don't lose heart, because God is good.
God is good all the time. That's amazing. Yeah. Good for her.
Yeah. Cancer-free, man. That's incredible.
That's awesome.
Also, Aaron Rodgers, if you guys have been following the Aaron Rodgers story, I think he now plays for the Jets, and then he had a horrible injury like within the first play of the first game of the season, tore his Achilles tendon. It's just a huge disappointment to the team. Mm-hmm. And Aaron Rodgers was talking with Pat McAfee over the weekend because apparently Keith Olbermann, that disgusting a-hole, Keith Olbermann is trying to suggest, or did suggest, that the reason Aaron tore his Achilles tendon is because he's not vaccinated.
Oh my! I mean, like, what? How do you draw that conclusion?
I don't know.
So the only reason he could draw that conclusion is because he's vaccinated,
right? Like,
I mean, it's like, seriously, that's. Can we say that? Can we? That's about as like nuts.
It's crazy. So again, Aaron was on with Pat McAfee to talk about Keith Olbermann's comment, and his reaction is absolute perfection.
Keith Olbermann said that
you love him though,
because you're not vaxxed. That's why it happened.
Yep.
Yeah, get your 5th booster, Keith.
I love him.
Anyway, I love that.
I love that so much.
Side note, we've met Pat, well, we've been to events with Pat McAfee, but does he wear anything besides tank tops ever?
Unfortunately, that seems to be the shirt of choice.
I've never, ever seen him in anything but a tank top.
It's very, very tooly. Like, I wish he wouldn't, but
I swear. I mean, when we met him like in the middle of winter at like a Christmas like military event, did he have a tank top on? I can't remember.
I think at that time, that was pre like tank top extravaganza on.
Okay, I was gonna say, did he have an actual shirt on? Was he wearing actual shirts at that time?
I think he might have been, if I remember right, but that was a long time ago.
It was a while ago.
Mm-hmm. James O'Keefe put together a hilarious little montage of him trying to get answers on the ground in Hawaii about the fire, because, you know, there's been a serious, weird, kind of secret cover-up-y feeling hullabaloo that's taken place ever since the fires. So he went down to do some investigating, as he does, and did not get very far, because everywhere he tried to access, he was told he could not, even as a journalist. And so here's what he did in response.
If I was to record past this street, then I would be arrested.
You shout like that, they put you in jail.
They don't want nobody stopping you on the side and take your photo.
Right away. No trial, no nothing.
If you guys park here, that's technically in violation.
You right to jail.
We want to stop and do like a news report on the side of the road.
Right to jail, right away. Journalists, we have a special jail for journalists.
Special jail.
I don't know if there's anything set up for journalists.
You're driving too fast, jail. Slow, jail. Glasses, you right to jail.
Because of the fire?
Because of jail.
Get content.
Mm-hmm. Because of jail. Right to jail. Right to jail. Right to jail. I like seriously, have you guys heard much about, we were talking about this in pre-show, like all the children that died. You don't, where are the parents? Where, like, nobody's talking about that. There's so much of a cover up in Hawaii.
So like, weird.
Isn't it weird how you just don't hear, like, what is going on in Hawaii? You don't hear about it. What's happening? Am I the only one that just is just like, why are the crickets? I know the parents died too, but like there were a lot of, I just think of the children that went home that were told, you know, go home, and then they perished like by themselves.
Right.
I just don't like, 2,000 kids missing. Del.
I mean, it's just so strange that we're not hearing anything about it. And when anybody like James O'Keefe tries to get answers, he's turned away as a journalist. So something is very clearly up.
Yeah. What the hell is going on there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Robin Zecca, thank you. Robin says, R.I.P. Cash. He crossed the Rainbow Bridge and will be with a lot of other loved fur babies for love.
Thank
Yes,
you.
he's getting the biggest flap attack ever.
Thank you.
All right. This fellow, I don't know who he is, man on the street sort of interview, but he is a very, very, very gay man who is starting to talk and be vocal about how much damage the trans community is doing to the gay community. It's very interesting. Take a listen.
It's about what I see as the conflict between women's rights, trans rights and gay rights for the last 3 years, because there is a huge conflict here. And I very much support these women in speaking up about their rights and about what a woman is and isn't.
Are you a gay man yourself?
I am super duper gay.
And I'm straight, so I mean, it's not, you know what I mean? It's none of my business.
That's why I wear this today.
Yeah.
They need to know that not everybody who is gay goes along with what they're talking, because they're trying to tell us that lesbians have penises and gay men vaginas. And I'm like, well, hold on, I'm a homosexual. That's not, they're trying to sort of destroy the meaning of homosexuality, just as they're trying to destroy the meaning of woman.
They try to destroy everything that's in their path. Everyone who disagrees with them.
It consumes everything. The validation of trans consumes everything. It reminds me of that horror film, The Blob, where it's just like some weird blob from outer space lands and it just starts consuming everything. So we have to absolutely speak out wherever we can, as women, as parents, as gay men, as lesbians.
Do you think there's a high percentage of the gay community that are like they're for Posey Parker and her narrative, her beliefs and her issues? Like,
well, see, I wouldn't say Posey Parker or Kelly J has beliefs. She's just stating facts. Yeah. The other side is the ones who have the beliefs. What I've noticed is more and more gay men are slowly becoming aware that something's off, but they're scared to talk about it, because then you get, like I've had my gay card revoked, and I'm like, well, what? For knowing what a gay man is.
I love that guy.
I love that guy too. I love him.
Yep. More and more gay people need to speak out against this bull crap.
Yeah. For real. And I'm so glad anytime I see somebody like that doing the work of speaking out and encouraging people to recognize that this is like a blob that is consuming everything. Right. It's out of control.
Yeah. Because you have these trans people coming in saying, I'm a woman. I'm going to be in the girls' bathroom and you can't say anything to me. No, you're a pervert.
Right.
GTFO. And so it's nice to see that the gay community is starting to wake up and going, okay, this is not okay. And they're starting to fight with us. Thank goodness.
Exactly. If you guys haven't heard the news, there's been a concerted attack on Russel Brand. There's like 4, perhaps more women at this point coming out to say that sometime in the past, years ago, before he was married, he sexually assaulted or raped women. And he is very adamant about the fact that these accusations are not true, that this is totally an attack, because he's become very, very popular in his outspokenness about all kinds of things that don't fit the current narrative. And so it does feel very orchestrated, this attack. And so he released a video to explain that this story was coming before it did over the weekend. He wanted to let his audience know that it was coming, and here's what he said.
You Awakening Wonders. Now, this isn't the usual type of video we make on this channel where we critique, attack, and undermine the news in all its corruption, because in this story, I am the news. I've received 2 extremely disturbing letters, or a letter and an email, one from a mainstream media TV company, one from a newspaper, listing a litany of extremely egregious and aggressive attacks, as well as some pretty stupid stuff like my community festival should be stopped, that I shouldn't be able to attack mainstream media narratives on this channel. But amidst this litany of astonishing, rather baroque attacks are some very serious allegations that I absolutely refute. These allegations pertain to the time when I was working in the mainstream, when I was in the newspapers all the time, when I was in the movies. And as I've written about extensively in my books, I was very, very promiscuous. Now, during that time of promiscuity, the relationships I had were absolutely always consensual. I was always transparent about that then, almost too transparent. And I'm being transparent about it now as well. And to see that transparency metastasized into something criminal that I absolutely deny makes me question, is there another agenda at play? Particularly when we've seen coordinated media attacks before, like with Joe Rogan when he dared to take a medicine that the mainstream media didn't approve of. And we saw a spate of headlines from media outlets across the world using the same language. I'm aware that you guys have been saying in the comments for a while, watch out, Russell, they're coming for you, you're getting too close to the truth. Russell Brand did not kill himself. I know that a year ago there was a spate of articles, Russell Brand's a conspiracy theorist, Russell Brand's right wing. I'm aware of news media making phone calls, sending letters to people I know for ages and ages. It's been clear to me, or at least it feels to me like there's a serious and concerted agenda to control these kind of spaces and these kind of voices. And I mean my voice along with your voice. I don't mind them using my books and my stand-up to talk about my promiscuous consensual conduct in the past. What I seriously refute are these very, very serious criminal allegations. Also, it's worth mentioning that there are witnesses whose evidence directly contradicts the narratives that these two mainstream media outlets are trying to construct, apparently in what seems to me to be a coordinated attack. Now, I don't want to get into this any further because of the serious nature of the allegations, but I feel like I'm being attacked, and plainly they are working very closely together. We are obviously going to look into this matter because it's very, very serious. In the meantime, I want you to stay close, stay awake, but more important than any of that, if you can, please stay free.
So I think that guy had a lot of sex with a lot of women.
A lot.
Like a lot. Yeah.
A lot.
At one point. And now it's, they're using that because he is more right wing. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so the media, and he's speaking out against the media. And now they're like, we don't like that. And so they're like, what can we do to go against this guy? That's what I think.
Yeah. It seems like that because now there are some women coming out saying these reporters contacted me for to be in the story, and my story doesn't fit because he was a perfect gentleman, and now they're not using any of my testimony essentially in the story because these women they're not buying into this. They're not jumping on this train.
Right.
And so it just makes you wonder. Here's one of those women who posted this on her social media.
I actually know who this is about, and I have the receipts. I was contacted in June by a journalist regarding a video I made about a certain celebrity and a weekend that we shared together. The video is kind of viral. It's on my page somewhere if you want to go see it. And that certain somebody was, as most of you will be aware, Mr. Brand. They weren't going to use my story because it didn't fit the narrative for their documentary, because he wasn't an asshole to me. But here are some of the messages. Obviously, I will take out the person's name and stuff. We had a phone call. She contacted me for more information, and I didn't contact her back because I kind of felt like it would be mean. Anyway, there you go. Put your bets on. It's a documentary about the one and only Mr. Russell Brand. And just a fun fact. Astrology-wise, the lunar nodes of destiny have shifted into Aries right on top of his Mars and Moon. Written in the stars, baby. Okay, bye.
I have no idea what that means. Venus and Mars are aligning and crap, whatever. Okay. But she boinked him for a whole weekend and he was nice to her. And so they're like, that's not going to work for us.
Right. That doesn't help.
That doesn't help the documentary that we're making about how much of a jerk he is. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, we don't know. Maybe Russell maybe he got out of control with some of these. I don't know. I don't know anything about his past. I just know that he has been very, very open about what a man whore he was back in the day. And he's never been shy about that. So I don't know if these girls have been coerced or, enticed with
paid.
right. Exactly. I have no idea what the truth is. It just sucks that this is the kind of thing that continues to happen years and years after the fact. And it's always a coordinated attack by the media who immediately creates the narrative, puts the doubt in everyone's mind, and then he's never able, it's going to be very difficult for him to recover, right? Because everybody's going to assume that these headlines are accurate and he doesn't really get a say except to say, listen, I'm being Kavanaugh'd, essentially.
Right. And isn't it interesting how it's with somebody that they don't have on their side of the aisle, that it's somebody that's on our side of the aisle that they're like, I don't really like what you're saying, or I don't like what you're doing. So let's go ahead and destroy you.
Yeah.
That's
go ahead what it seems like they're doing.
Yeah. I mean, it just seems like that happens quite a bit now. And it didn't happen 20, 30 years ago. So what the hell? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of not buying what they're selling. The guy, he was like you said, a man whore. Okay. All right. But like this chick that we just saw, she seemed to be a willing participant.
Right. And he's insisting that all of his encounters were consensual. So I don't know. Right. So anyway, okay. Everybody just get some tissue because you're about to see the sweetest, most happy, feel-good video ever. I felt like we all needed it. After a sad cry, we also need a happy cry. And apparently this is a teacher that was called into a common area to be surprised. And I'll just let you find out what the surprise was. This is so awesome.
Mr. Reeves was an SRO here, hold up here, at McIntosh High School quite some time ago. His son Landon is in the audience. You may remember Landon. And he has something for you. He has something for you.
He knows. He knows.
Kidney buddies for life. That dude's going to give him a kidney.
That guy right there is going to give the other guy, those two guys right there. Okay. Oh my God.
So while Leon's gathering himself, I've told many people I always want to get back to McIntosh. I just didn't know it was going to be this way.
God bless him.
Isn't that the sweetest?
I can't handle that today. Can't handle it. Not today.
But it's a happy thing.
It's
so
very, very happy. It's very sweet. So beautiful.
Just love that. Rachel, thank you so much, Rachel. I see you. Anyway, I just thought we needed a feel-good thing, right?
Michelle, your niece just did that? Your niece did that. Oh my gosh.
What an amazing
How extraordinary
gift.
is that? Wow.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine? And it's not like this is his best friend. This is just a dude who was like, I want to give back to this school.
Yeah, I'm going to give somebody my kidney. Okay.
I mean, that's quite a gift.
Yeah.
That is quite a selfless gift. Okay, it's time for your whack, which actually is going to be part of talks. So can I just go ahead and give a spiel really quick for MyPillow?
I saw this. Yeah, you do the spiel for MyPillow. And just before we started, it's something that I saw this weekend, and you guys may like it. Mock actually liked it. I thought it was a little annoying, but then we can talk about the story once we get into it. But go ahead, you can do your MyPillow spiel.
Well, just a reminder that one of the best sponsors that you can help support is the great company of MyPillow at mypillow.com/chicks. Towels, which we talk about all the time, that's one of our favorite MyPillow products, and they are dirt cheap right now. You can get a 6-piece set of towels. They're thirsty, scrubby, just awesome towels for less than $40 right now when you use code CHICKS at mypillow.com/chicks. So please, of all of our sponsors, they were the first They are like the original, the OGs
They are
of sponsors.
definitely the OGs.
So please go to mypillow.com/chicks. Use promo code chicks to get the MyPillow 6-piece towel set for just $39.99. It's a 50% off savings. And if you go to that website, mypillow.com/chicks, you're going to find that offer. You're going to get deep discounts on all the MyPillow products. That includes the slippers, the pet beds, the blankets, the comforters, everything. So get the amazing towels at mypillow.com/chicks. Use promo code chicks, or by the way, you can call. The number, if you want to call them, is 800-875-0813, or just go to mypillow.com/chicks and use code chicks.
It's a good time to start buying Christmas presents, you guys.
Really, really good time.
So you don't have to buy everything at once because the economy sucks. So it's a good time.
All right. Do you want to set this up in any way? You just want me to
you just go ahead and show it. Just this chick, you guys, this couple. It's kind of weird, but
okay, here she is.
Sean is having a love surge right now, and he's going to wrap around me and shake with the electricity.
I warned you that it was cringe, and you stayed. But now it's about to get even cringier. So here's your second warning. And look at you, still here. Sean's been gone from me for 2 weeks, so I've had nobody to love surge. So guess who I'm going to love surge now? You. Are you ready to shake with the electricity of love? Do you feel the love surge? I hope I ruined your day.
You love it. Okay, so this is a couple, and they do this thing called the love surge, and it's like apparently it's just going through TikTok like crazy. It's called a love surge, and like he's really into it. He's like her husband is really into it. He'll get up behind her and they shake, and it's called a love surge. Yeah, and Mock thinks it's great. She thinks
it's not that I think it's great. It's just that I don't think it warrants meanness.
I know.
I mean, it's a little cringe. It's just that people are
It's
being awful.
Okay, so then she got like a lot of people are like, "What is wrong with you? Like that's totally cringe." I mean, listen, it's fine. It's just that this is the kind of stuff that people put on TikTok. Like they overshare, you guys. It's just there's just a lot of oversharing. I think to me, it's like there's stuff that you put on social media and then there's stuff that you just shut up about, like I don't think that everything needs to be shared. And so so it's a little cringe for me. And I think she even said that. She's like, it's cringe, but you're still here. And so I'm going to show you and there's even a thing where he comes up behind her and he's like, I'm going to show her the real love surge in the bedroom in just a second. I mean, it's just, they're just a little bit over the top. So
yeah.
Then she got some words, and then there's another follow-up video where
here she is.
I didn't expect like that much hate on the video. A lot of the duets and stitches were really funny, and I laughed a lot. I can take a joke and I can laugh at myself. But then some of the comments got really, really mean, and they were like wishing that like someone cheated on each other, or wishing that like DV on me, or essay, or like I don't know, live. Often I think like if the goal was to make me sad, you did it, you won. I'm not talking about the hilarious stitches or anything. I'm talking about like the really mean, hurtful comments. And
is she at work? I think she's at work.
So, I think this is her work.
A lot of times people
are you serious? That's her work?
I don't know.
Did you see the comment that says love surge turned into tsunami of tears? It's not funny. It's not funny, Mock. You're not love surging her.
I mean, okay, so you get the idea. Like,
so
she's
it's like everybody's like, it turned
mean.
into a tear surge. It turned into a cry surge. That's what people. So, anyways, that's right. Dan's right. If you can't take the heat, don't enter the kitchen. Like, get over it. You post it. Like, if you're gonna put yourself out there, don't cry about it.
Right.
It's a generational thing. I watch this stuff and I'm like, people put themselves out there and they're like, watch us shake with love. And then when people are like, you look like an idiot, and then they cry about it. You know what? She's going to be the first to die in a zombie apocalypse. You realize
totally.
this, right?
Without question.
She'll be the first to go, you guys. I mean, I know I want to be empathetic to her love surging, but I just can't. I can't. I know. I just can't. But your mileage may vary. I'm just pointing out that these people, there's a whole world happening out there, and these people are on TikTok love surging. This is what's happening, right? I mean, it's like our world, literally Western civilization is crumbling right now. And that's what these people are busying themselves doing. That's
but
all.
is
That's
it
what
possible, like just playing devil's advocate, is it possible they're just trying to put some positive vibes into the universe?
It's possible. It's possible. See,
And-
this is the difference between Mock and I. This is
well,
know what
and
I mean?
I find it, I do find it cringe, but I find it way cringier that there are people who are legit commenting, I hope one of you cheats on the other. What the hell?
Listen, that's not cool. That's not cool at all. But Tammy said she's gonna try to love Surge as zombie. And I find that's the kind of that's you and I are that's
I just don't know why people have to be mean. Like, if you don't like it, that's fine. Just scroll on by. But like, why leave a hateful comment?
No,
like,
I hear you. I would
literally
never
unalive yourself.
I would never leave a hateful comment. I would never ever do that. And I would never do that.
Oh my God, I know.
But I also but I did go.
Right, the face.
I did do that. I did give the face, and then I moved on. And I'm sharing it with you people because I'm like, this is what they're doing. Like they took the time to do that. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's a little whack.
It's a little whack, you guys. This is a little whack. Anyways,
it's
we gotta
whack. Yeah, we have to move on because
let's look at some fun videos. Let's
because you guys, this possum absolutely cracked me up. Look at his face.
What is the noise? What is that?
It's like some sort of laugh. I don't know. But they open their mouths so wide. I have no idea. They are so big. Their mouths are so big. I just cannot believe it.
Oh my God. It is not even right. It's not.
Oh my God. So great. I follow
that's the kind of content that should be on TikTok. You
that's
guys.
what we need more of, for
It's
sure.
It's like giant mouthed possums. That's what we need.
Or people making fun of the weird way that Jessica Simpson sings. We also need that. For example.
She needs to do more motion. She needs to make out with the mic more. She needs a little bit more of that. Yeah, I never understood why people like her singing.
Oh my God. So great.
Yeah.
So great.
But she's a billionaire and we're not. So we need to probably stop making fun of her. Right.
I follow the most adorable musical couple named Gilly and the Girl. And it's this married couple, and they I think they got their start on like cruise ships, right? They're just a small time little duet people. They're just duet people. And he plays the guitar and she sings, and they're darling. I love them. And so they just did this hilarious little song, and it's perfect.
Slaps! Oh my God, I cannot. That's the greatest. Oh my God.
You guys, the flaps, you guys.
If you know, you know. Like there are probably 20 and 30 somethings out there going, what's that song? What is that song? And we're like, Alan Alda, don't you?
Right? How do you not know that?
How do you not know that? Loretta Swit. How do you?
And it was so perfect that I saw it, and it had flaps in it, right?
Like
it had all of it. It's perfect.
So great.
So anyway, Gilly and the Girl. If you don't follow them, you should, because they're absolutely precious. Also, Casper. Casper is back, and he's doing ASMR now. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Really? Oh my gosh.
But they are doing some ASMR. So here is the latest.
Welcome to episode 2 of ASMR with my vocal dog, Casper. That's enough licking.
He's getting better at it.
That's pretty good. He's pretty good. He's
practicing.
Yeah, it just sounds like he's gonna choke or like barf. It's almost like it's like a pre-barf.
He does have the strangest little bark for sure.
It's a pre-barf. God bless him.
I know that you're going to love this because you have a bit of a distaste for doctors, and with good reason.
Yes.
And so many doctors, this is the perfect, clearly it's like a husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend. They're doing a skit to just show you how annoying doctors can be. And she breaks cover for just a second in this because it gets so funny. But this is so accurate. This is exactly how so many doctor visits go. I think you're going to all relate.
Hi, how are you? It's good to see you. You're looking well. So I heard you aren't feeling too well today. What's going on?
My spleen kind of hurts.
How's your dog doing? Work going okay?
Yeah.
You're liking your work? Do you have friends? Do you have a social life? Sorry, been one of those days. Okay. Do you have a flu shot?
I don't know.
Okay, let me check your records real quick. Okay, it does look like you have one. That's good to know. Cool outside? Is it hot?
Just
so true.
Okay.
This is all true.
It's normal. That's what we like to hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're here because you said you have a cough. That's what Nurse Janet said.
No.
No?
It's my spleen.
What's going on with your spleen?
I don't know. That's why I'm here with the doctor.
Okay. Well, we'll take a look. That's what we'll do. Where does it hurt?
In my spleen.
Okay. I'm going to get Nurse Janet in here to run some blood work, and we'll send that off and see what's going on with you. Okay? Great to see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.
That's it.
That's it. That's totally how it goes. That's totally how. That'll be $400. That'll be $400, and we're going to bill all of that to you. And we may actually bill you $1,200 by accident, but you're going to end up paying $800 for that.
She's like, so where does it hurt? You have a cough? It's my spleen.
It's my spleen hurts.
Okay,
I've told
we'll
you
take
that.
a
I've
look.
told
No,
you
you
that
won't.
4 effing times. I've said that 4 times.
That's really all I had for talks, but I do want to tell you a joke. I saw somebody, actually, I do think I have this. This is the best description of a person ever. I laughed so hard at this. I hope you guys like it too.
Adam Driver looks like someone tried to draw Keanu Reeves from memory.
It's so true. It's so very true. Oh my God. It does.
I died laughing at that. It's
Oh my
just so perfect. Oh my
It is.
God.
It is.
I know that was so
Are
great.
you going to get up? Are you going to get up?
Shelly, thank you. She says, Daisy, I love you like a sister. Welcome to the Grandma Club. I'm a yaya because little granddaughter couldn't say grandma. It is heaven praying for baskets of blessings for you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
How's
I know,
Astrid? Is she gonna step up?
You want to get up? You want to get up and
Look.
clap? You going to get up and say hello to everybody? Can you see her sweet face?
Yes.
It's so weird. I'm going to start crying. It's so weird, you guys. It's
I
really
know.
weird. But she's here. You going to flap? You going to do it? Let's see
Taking
if-
one for the team.
Let's see if Cash is in heaven. She's going to make you flap. Look at that.
Oh my God.
Look at that. Can you even stand it? Oh my,
my
God.
God.
I can't even stand it. Look at that. She stepped up to the plate. She stepped up to the
bless
plate.
her.
God bless her 1,000,000 times.
Oh
She's
my
like, I'm
gosh.
here for you, mama. All right. Well, she's ready for her close-up. She totally did it. That was a big one too. Okay.
What a good girl.
You guys, I love all of you. Thank you so much. You made this like a lot easier. I thought I was going to like be more of a basket case than I was. So
You did good, man. You are tough as nails.
I feel like I did okay. I'm probably going to get off the air and like have a complete mental breakdown. So, and that's okay. You guys helped me a lot. I love all of you. Have a wonderful day, and we will talk to you tomorrow.